time for another Faith Booster. Lena here, and I am in Wisconsin at my mom's house. I'm supposed to be watering the grass, but that can wait for a minute while we encourage one another in the faith. And so my friend has been encouraging me out of the story of David and Goliath, specifically in this point where I can be my own worst enemy. You know what I'm talking about. No one else comes against you. You can just destroy your own self. You can discourage your own self. You can just replay the past and all the things that have happened to you in the past. And before you know it, you're good for nothing. You're like, man, I might as well just spend the rest of my life in a hole somewhere. And that's awful, and that's not from the Lord. And so she was telling me about David and Goliath. And you remember the story. It's a Sunday school story where David took a stone in a sling and went round, and it went and hit Goliath in the middle of the forehead, and Goliath fell down. And in my mind, I guess I always assumed Goliath died right then, but really that's not what killed Goliath. You see, what killed Goliath was when David walked up to him, took the sword of Goliath and chopped his head off. That's the blow that killed Goliath. And so David killed Goliath with the very sword that Goliath came against David in. This is huge. See, the lesson here is this, that what Satan uses to destroy us, God will use to transform us and give us victory in. This is awesome. Those things in your life that you think, man, those are going to defeat you, they're going to bring you down, they're not. In Joel 2:25, God tells us that he redeems the year of the locust. There's nothing wasted in our life. Everything that's happened in our lives will work out for good. Romans 8:28 is a New Testament version of that idea. He says all things will work together for good to those who love God and to those who are called according to his purposes. In fact, he goes on to say that we are more than conquerors through him who loved us. That is awesome. And you know what's really cool about the story of David and Goliath? A few chapters later, I think it's 1 Samuel 21, David was running away from Saul, another point of discouragement and defeat in his life, and at least it looked to him that way. And he would go to the temple and talk to the priest, and he says, man, I need a weapon, I don't have a weapon. And the priest says to him, man, I've got the sword of Goliath, the very one that you used to destroy the enemy back when. And that very thing that happened in David's life that was such a point of victory, God used to encourage him at a time when he desperately needed it. So maybe you can look at your life and those things that you're interpreting as negative and bringing you down, just look at them a little differently today. What Satan is trying to use to destroy you, God is going to use to transform you. Hey, this is your Faith Booster. Share it with someone, click the like, leave a comment. We love you, but more importantly, God loves you and has perfect plans for your life. Just wait on his timing. It's gonna work out. It's all gonna be okay.
From the pain.